it's Friday. So take my voice like that. I'm just so excited it's Friday. It's been a very busy week. How you all doing? Welcome to the show. I am Tokpe Mark Odige, and as usual, this is my first time being on set this week with Mariam. I've seen the hair since on...
Seen you in a
very, very long time. So, see where I was for. I didn't calculate it. I was just like feeling you. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm feeling you too, and everyone, you know. But I'm doing great. I was supposed to be on the show on Wednesday, but Nima took my spot, thankfully, because I had to host a webinar. It was such an amazing experience for me. I was doing it for a company called Free Recycle Limited. So they are a tire recycling company. They recycle tire waste into eco-friendly products, bags, shoes, towels, mats. Yes, in Nigeria. In fact, they are launching in the UK. So that's what the webinar was about. And you know, I feel so proud. You know, on my Instagram, I do stories about what's happening in this community, and it's mostly Oyinbo stories. Now I have stories of what we're doing. In fact, we're even exporting it out, you know. And the webinar, I got really good reviews, so I'm so happy. And yeah, looking forward to doing more of these.
Yeah, that should be good. Number two?
Yeah, Barka the Juma. Today is Friday. I'm excited. And I want to just say thank you to all my customers out there. The patronage, everybody's just buying here and there. I know. Thank you. Love you all.
I went to my kitchen I was doing rice, so I told my maid to fry onions, put on the rice. And as I got into the kitchen, like the aroma that hit me, I was like, which oil did you use? He said I used granite oil. I said, okay, because I usually use hard granite oil or coconut oil.
Bring your order.
Bring it the order.
Exactly.
Akashat Nimaziberi. Good morning. This Friday,
vibes.
as in Arabian vibes, giving it to us. How was the week? What happened yesterday? How you doing? How was coming to work?
Yesterday we had lunch, myself, Jumoke and Waiki, our usual lunch.
Okay.
And so we have this WhatsApp group we have, and on that group we work out every morning. But you know the person that is not working out. And so
You don't know, who is it?
Waiki decided to measure who was bigger. He started trying to give me some kind of encouragement by abusing me. So she was thinking, you're
Wow.
So eventually it turned to a play song. We felt like children. I just really loved it.
Yeah,
I watched that video
to watch.
over 30 times.
Yes,
I watched it this morning again. Just, you know, brings smiles to my face as how we could really be children again. It's lovely. I love that friendship. It's a safe place. Yeah.
I like the idea of making memories.
Yes.
And it has to be
Very
an intentional thing.
important.
With children, with friends. Like, take out the time that I want to be able to reflect on something that will bring me joy and bring me happiness. I'm attending a wedding tomorrow.
Okay.
I haven't been to a wedding
In a while.
in a while. I
I
haven't.
always feel like you had one event or the other.
Yes, I'm always
Yes.
at educational events. I always go for education. When it comes to burial parties, I'm a bit reluctant. So this one is so close to me because he's my assistant in my church unit.
Okay.
And we've been waiting for a wedding. We've been praying for a wedding. So this one I can't miss. I'm looking forward to the event tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to the dressing up and all of that, but I'm actually really grateful for this couple and I'm praying
It's a
for them.
testimony.
Yes, you know, and they're both my church members. So I'm happy they're not taking my guy away or taking our babe to another church. It's just a
Everything's
bit
happening
petty,
same
but I'm
church.
just happy. It feels love story kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a break. When we return, we'll go into some more serious stories in the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're going to be starting the front page review with The Nation. Major headline, your hard-earned pension safe. Federal government assures Nigerians there's enough safeguard to protect for savings. In other news, man told is not British after 42 years in the UK. African first ladies to intensify anti-cancer battle. Payment of $1.3 billion, 1.3 trillion naira power sector debt would attract investors, says the African Development Bank. President Oke's action. Gas suppliers to be paid 130 billion naira. 36 state speakers have backed the state police plan. NEC pledges better support for small businesses. No hiding place for fraudsters, EFCC vows, as an APC accuses Speaker of coercing Plateau lawmakers. What story? Oh, there's another story I missed and it was ticked. Student loan portal opens May 24th and kidnap suspect Evans opt for plea bargain. Which story are we taking?
I have the Ghanaian story. This Ghanaian who's lived in the UK for all his life, he's 74 years old, Nelson Shade. He's a retired civil servant businessman in the UK. He's been in the UK for over 40 years. He's facing bureaucratic nightmare as he is awaiting the Home Office's approval for his stay. So he went into the UK in 1977 as a student and started to work to send himself to school. He married twice in the UK. He married a British citizen twice. His first marriage didn't work. He married again and had 2 boys with his second British wife, and has lived and worked in the UK all his life, had his business. He set up a news reporting business and he lived there, sent his boys to school there. He got mortgages and credits in the UK as a British because he's married and lived there. But 2019, flash, his mother died and he tried to get his passport renewed so he could go back to Ghana for the burial. And he was told that he wasn't British. He needed to wait for 10 years, pay a certain 10,000 plus pounds to now qualify to be given British citizenship. Wow. So he's taking them to court and the Home Office is refusing to say anything. His son, one of his sons, because 2 of them are scientists and they're doing well in the UK. One of his sons, Jacob, is a research scientist. He said, I thought this was a joke. It is ridiculous. He's been in Britain longer than the people working in the Home Office on his case have been alive. Yes, and I think the British government should just know this was an error on their part.
Yeah.
For them to be always coming out, want to do this and that, immigration and all of those examples they have. This is something they should have covered up and knit up cleanly and shut up about
admitting quickly.
Yes, I admitted it quickly and make it up.
Mariam, you have a story?
Yes, I do. So this is from the Office of the Minister of Finance, and that's him actually speaking. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, he's responding to allegations by NLC, TUC, and former Vice President and presidential candidate of PDP, Atiku Abubakar, saying that the government was planning to use our pensions for investment. And so in his response, he says the pension industry, like most financial. First of all, he assures Nigerians that no one is going to touch your pension contributions, that there are laws and regulations that safeguard your pension. And there are things that your pensions can be invested in, and there's investments that are not allowed for that. And so there's no way the federal government would do that.
So the pensions
yes. So he says your pension is safe. He says most financial industry is highly regulated. There are rules and well laid out limitations about what pension fund assets can be invested in. He says that, yes, they had a meeting and they were discussing some of the investments that the federal government is looking at and raising funds. So like infrastructure, housing, things like that. And they were looking at some savings and things like pension, but this is still conversation, and what we have heard was a matter of information. Nothing has been approved yet, and that no investment that would jeopardize the savings of people would be used. So this is just to clear the air. He made he made this statement in a video so that people are aware and also in response to NLC and TU's information.
Okay, so I have this good news. I have the story on Students' Loan Application Portal opens May 24th, says Nelfund boss. The portal will be opened on May 24th to enable students apply for education loans. The Nelfund Managing Director Akintunde Sawyer said through the portal, students can now access loans to pursue their academic aspirations without financial constraints. He said the scheme will kick off with 1.2 million beneficiaries. The funds will be paid directly to the tertiary institutions of the benefiting students. He also said that there will be stipends which will be paid directly to them as well. He said the portal provides a user-friendly interface for students to submit their loan applications conveniently. He now came and he also said, we encourage all eligible students to take advantage of this opportunity to invest in their future and contribute to the growth and development of our nation. He also provided the portal website address, which is www.nelf.gov.ng for students who want to begin their applications. So it's just like that bursary that we used to get then. But this one is at least is for the education. At least there's no reason why you come and say that.
I never got that bursary.
I
need to always apply and they were getting, but I never applied actually. I did not apply. Let me just confess. So the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, the chairman of that commission, Olanipekun Lukoyede, has unveiled the EFCC radio station. So EFCC, he said that the EFCC is taking up their own communication to dispel lies, half-truths, and they are going to ensure that any distortion that might be going out, they are controlling it. So this new radio station is 97.3 FM. Actually, the journey started since 2003. That was when the then chairman, Nuhu Ribadu, had said he wanted a radio station to help the EFCC communicate, advocate, and educate Nigerian citizens. And finally, they secured the license in 2018. So
Classic FM.
Okay.
Classic FM.
Don't worry.
Classic FM is 97.3.
Maybe they said it is 97.3 FM. That's what I'm reading here. You don't want clash. I'm reading here. You don't want clash. And NBC has given them the license. It's an ultra-modern facility. It will be giving real-time feedback. They will be getting, if AFC can get real-time feedback from the citizenry, because people can call in, send in messages. They also said that it would also be in partnership with the Information and National Orientation Minister, Muhammad Idris, that EFCC has impacted Nigerians, and this will be a platform to ensure it continues. They will be able to dispel fake news, misinformation, and disinformation, and help to fight corruption. It seems this sounds really interesting. I want to see how that plays out. I would love to tune into the station to get verification if I'm seeing something on X or Instagram that I'm confused about. So let's see how that goes. Yep. Moving on, but how would they get adverts? Would adverts, if I put adverts on the show, would it prevent me from being checked?
It would be only.
I don't think they should be collecting adverts.
Yes, it should be run by
be serious-minded people.
Moving on to the Punch. Major headline: Tinubu okays payment of 3.3 trillion naira power sector debts. Genco's gas producers to get 1.3 trillion naira and 1.3 billion naira via cash, promissory notes and royalties. You can't miss the picture of the ECOWAS meeting. Senegalese president vows to talk with Niger and Mali. INEC warns against incumbency power abuse in Edo and Ondo, I guess, towards the election. My husband diverted hospital funds. That's a stranded nursing mom. 36 state assembly speakers back state police. 20 trillion pension fund safe from the federal government. We've taken that story. Federal government to negotiate 48,000 naira proposal with the Labour on Tuesday. That's from Tuesday. Federal government open student loan portal. We've taken that story. Reps probe Lagos Ibadan coastal highway. Apologize for offensive Nazi comment. Irate Nigerians attack UK journalist. We'll be taking the stories when we come back from the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ghanian the first. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Benga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So,
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this because I have this question for you. Final question. Where outside Nigeria and what year? I think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the front pages of the paper and we're continuing with the punch.
Okay.
Mariam, you have a story?
Yes, I do. So this is Rivers. I took this story for YK because she likes to hear Rivers State stories. So the governor of Rivers State, Governor Fubara, on Thursday, he met with the Ijaw Youth Council, and in his appreciation for their support and also the assurance that they were with him, he told them that, in fact, we don't need you. You know, there's nothing to even call you on because we have already defeated them. So who are these them? He says, first of all, his battles were over as he has defeated his opponents who are not sleeping with their two eyes, who are now sleeping with their two eyes open. He said that he turned the tide against his opponents. He said, look at him, he's still in office, about to mark his first anniversary, contrary to the plans that they had for him. In fact, he said that as of Wednesday, 9 members of his cabinet that were loyal to Wike had tendered their resignation and exited. So things are going on well for him, and he's happy, you know, that his enemies have been put behind him. So I'm sure Wike will enjoy that story.
An interesting story in the Punch. But the Punch says, let me go from the end to the beginning, that they've been unable to verify the story that has been trending of a woman, a nursing mother who is asking for help, saying that she has been diagnosed postpartum of some conditions and she needs money to feed as well as take care of her baby. They said they could not reach the hospital. The contact numbers provided were not connecting, and the email sent has not been replied. But this popular story of one Ubanga lady who said her husband abandoned her from her 25th week of pregnancy. She developed shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, and some other conditions, Susan Ubanga, and she was taken to hospital. On getting to hospital, she was placed on oxygen, and, you know, they continued to treat her on oxygen. After 3 days, the husband requested that she be discharged because of cost of hospital. And so she was discharged. But on getting home, she couldn't breathe. Instead of that, he started to give her herbal mixture to help her, which complicated her situation. She cried, and neighbors helped her back to the hospital. And so she did a Facebook post, you know, and somebody was able to give her 500,000 to pay for a CS, as well as what she might need. From that money, she paid her husband. The doctors at this point were advising ACS quickly to assist because she was 35 weeks anyway. And so she gave her husband 180,000 of the money plus 60,000 for him to add for any other needs they have. But instead, he bought a phone and a dog and left her to herself. So when she waited from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. when the doctors were saying, we have to go now into an emergency, and she didn't see him, she had to call his sister, who she gave another 180K to pay for the procedure. And he showed up at 6 p.m., you know, and saw them fighting for their lives. And he just, you know, the sister confronted him. His own sister confronted him, threatening that she would have him arrested for the kind of behavior he did. And then he walked away, abandoned her. She said now she's been diagnosed of peripartum cardiomyopathy, and she's done ECG, she's done chest x-rays, she needs help. But as you know, sentimental as the story might be or emotional as the story might be,
they couldn't get
they can't verify
it, which was why you started by saying they couldn't verify the story.
Okay, so I have the story of 36 assembly speakers back state police. I think in the last few months, the state's governors have been advocating for state police. And I think from the advantages and disadvantages, the advantages outweighs the disadvantages. So they are saying that the speakers of the houses of assembly across 36 states in the country backed the ongoing constitution review exercise for the creation of state police. They said the speakers of state legislatures of Nigeria took the stand in a communique issued at the end of their meeting. They pledged their readiness to support the bill for the state police creation. And they said the conference strongly advocates for state policing to check the negative trend of insecurity in our country. To achieve this, the conference appeals to the National Assembly, Presidency, and other relevant stakeholders to leverage on the ongoing constitution review exercise.
So generally, at the end of the day, for them to have passed, for state police to become a thing, all 36 speakers have to, and they've already agreed.
Agreed.
That's out. All the governors too have agreed. President agreed. State police loading.
Loading.
It's loaded. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has warned against the incumbency power in this pre-election time between Edo and Ondo states, and his complaint is if the opposition cannot get space to do their campaigns, if they are unable to get approval to run their campaign, it will result in breach of peace. So he was speaking on Thursday in a meeting. It was this interagency meeting, consultative committee on election security in Abuja, and he mentioned the fact that the continuous voter registration will continue as planned, but he's speaking against the abuse of power and the sort of like, it seemed like the people in power within Odo and Edo might be shrinking the ability of the opposition to freely campaign and freely exercise their rights as Nigerians or citizens of that state. Moving on to Daily Sun, we want peace in both elections. Yes. Terrorist Lord Buzu wanted dead or alive. This is from the fact that they have accused him for killing of 19 people in Katsina and Zamfara. Senate halts debate on electricity tariff hike, knocks neck disco. Shetima to lead dialogue on first-year achievements of Tinubu. Oh yeah, we're counting down to first year. Wow. Shinkafi 6 emergency rule in Zamfara says bandits are in control alleges that criminals have taken over all local governments. Zak Adedeji, FIRS, collected 3.9 trillion naira in tax revenue in just the first quarter of the year. Catholic priest Basil Buzo abducted in Anambra as lawyers boycott court over kidnapped colleague. DICON impacts with 50 foreign partners to change face of military industrial complex. Reps move to increase appeal court judges from 90 to 150, and 18 feared dead in Abia checkpoint auto accident. Traffic held for hours as commuters protest accident caused by security men. Governor Oti has ordered investigation. So please, who is this terrorist that is loading over?
So the defense headquarters has declared Halilu Buzu wanted in connection with several kidnappings and killings of over 19 villagers in Katsina and Zamfara states. Buzu is said to be a Nigerian, that's from Niger. He's a terrorist sponsor and financier. He owns a gold mine in Zamfara state and engages in massive cattle rustling. The way I'm so upset. So we have Major General Edward Buba, who is the Director of Defense Media and Operations. He said that Buzu settled in Sububu Forest and lives in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara state. And he says the military was able to get to know about this particular terrorist following intelligence provided to locals about his active gold mines, where he mines the solid minerals and sells to foreign buyers. Buba has called on the public, please provide useful information that may lead to the arrest of this terrorist. You know, I'm sitting down here. We don't have, we're yet to have proper and full coverage of, you know, our country.
Yes.
That people can come and be running all sorts of illegal businesses, kidnapping,
It's not even
gold mining, a whole foreigner in our country. And who knows for how long this has gone on.
He's also a gun runner for gun producers in Libya. The whole place is porous.
Yes, it is. Anybody can come in and do what they want
being able to do that. But what's happening in Zamfara?
So I have the Senate,
okay.
So Senator Abari-Base led Committee on Power has brought their report. You know, 2 weeks ago, they had a meeting where they invited the Minister for Power, the DISCOs, MEC, as well as every stakeholder in the business. And so they did a 44-page report where they said after an exhaustive deliberations with the various stakeholders, the committee resolves that NEC should suspend the tariff hike until further notice. This move now was endorsed by the Deputy Senate President, Barra Jibrin. A point of order was also raised by Titus Zam, where he asked the Senate to suspend all deliberations on the report because the matter was before a federal high court in Kano. So the Senate, as well as supported by Senator Jimo Ibrahim of Ondo, they've all decided that halt tariff hike. So that's good news to Morayo.
And all of us in Bande, hallelujah, somebody.
Next month. Me too in my office. Your Bande.
Our office.
Okay, you're in the same area now.
Yes.
Prepaid, so I'm just managing. Off-light here.
Off-light everywhere.
If you stumble into my office right now, the light is likely going to be off. It is when we have visitors, anywhere that there is nobody, everything is off.
And then it's rainy season. Open your windows.
I'm going to have this lecture when I get to the office today. I had to take the story from the Zamfara issue. So following the constant escalating is the word the Sun used, insecurity challenge within Zamfara state, the heightened banditry activity, the President, African Youth for Conflict Resolution in Nigeria, and former advisor to the Minister for State Defense, Bello Matawali, his name is Dr. Suleiman Shaibu Shikafi, has called on the President to declare a state of emergency and restore law and order in Zamfara state. It was during this interview with newsmen in Kaduna. He spoke about how all the local governments within Zamfara are now under the control of bandits.
Yeah.
He said Zamfara is gone. All the local governments are nobody is in charge of are not under the governor. The governor is nowhere to be found. He's not in the state. That they learned he has gone to America after returning with northern governors 2 weeks ago, while the criminal elements are killing his people. Then he said he also now called on the President that this is not something he should leave to the state governors to handle. He needs to step in. That the former president, Segun Obasanjo, was one that when he saw crisis happening, he stepped in and declared an emergency, put someone else in control. If the governor, he gave example of Plateau State then, he said if the governor has lost control of his state, put someone else in charge, that he shouldn't forget the promise he has made to the people of the Northwest who gave him the highest number of votes, that the time is now. He said a whole lot more, but I am of the opinion that if it can be proven that the governor is not in the state and the governor doesn't feel safe enough to live within the state or travel around the state, then under every circumstance, state of emergency is an urgent thing because the citizens are your people.
Yeah. Most governors don't really stay in their states to go.
Wow.
Lagos
literally out of time. Everybody comes to Lagos and Abuja.
Yes. That's what
you have a story.
Yes, I have a story on minimum wage. The organized labor yesterday shunned the meeting of committee on minimum wage. It described as government's insulting proposal of 48,000.
When they are going for 600 or something.
Recall the organized labor negotiating team under auspices of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and its Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC counterpart, had on Wednesday walked out of the meeting after rejecting the government's new minimum wage proposal of 48,000. They contended that the government's offer was not only insulting the sensibilities of Nigerian workers, but also falling significantly short of meeting their needs and aspirations. In a letter signed by the Director, Compensation, National Salaries, Income and Wages, on behalf of Inter read, I am directed to inform you that the members of the Committee on National Minimum Wage, after a day-long deliberation at its fourth meeting today, Wednesday 15, adjourned the meeting to resume tomorrow, Thursday at 11 a.m. at the same venue.
They have not agreed.
You know what they now say? They said, no, you do not expect us to be back at the meeting. We are not pushovers. We expect government to put its house in order and present something meaningful. Until the government shows its seriousness and the transparency to negotiate, do not expect us there. We will stay
maybe like 70,000 will be meaningful. That's like 10% of what they were asking for.
Exactly.
Because they ask, some people are asking for 700, some ask for 650. So if they do like 10%, if they do like 65K or 70K, maybe they will come back to the table. Because I do not think that
we're talking of minimum wage.
Minimum wage. Do you know how much that would, if you scale it up all the levels? Minimum wage. It's not our hot topic. We'll take a break now. When we return, we will return with our hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ikechukwu Sunday Okonkwo, aka Cross. Now your intro without
Wow.
So there's a name that thing that's.
I'm just drinking because you say I should drink. There's no particular answer.
I think it's only that can be wicked.
What's the answer?
Subterfuge.
Eh?
Yeah. They claim you did, but you said it just happened. That
And it's called what again?
subterfuge.
Such a feud.
SUBTERFUGE.
So you look me finish from head to toe. You look at a person who go know what to become such. Yeah?
The nude wasn't like a game plan. Or...
I promise you, it was actually
Make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni Yeni Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power. Ginger.
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I didn't read you.
Are you sure?
Ha. I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
Eh?
I said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Ọmọ ọmọ fẹlá ọmọ Anikulapo Kuti. Wọ́n rò pé kí ni kékeré yìí.
It's by audition. It's not.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. You know, on Fridays we do Celebrity Gist. There's been some dragging following the AMVCA that took place last weekend. And the certain celebrity, a Ghanaian, was wearing this beautiful, she always makes a statement in every AMVCA, a beautiful two-piece outfit that was made by two people, a Ghanaian as well as a Nigerian. And she tagged only one of the designers, which is the Ghanaian. And then the Nigerian lady who made the inner piece came out to say that she wasn't tagged. She was also part of the designers that made the outfit. In reply, she defended herself in saying that the outfits were made by these two designers. She offered the Nigerian lady to tag or pay. And the Nigerian lady said she didn't need tag, she needed money. She's up and coming, and charged 400,000 naira, right? And she was paid 400,000 naira for her own part of the outfit, so she did not get tagged. It belies the question. Should people be tagged when they are paid for an outfit? Should celebrities tag designers who they already paid to style them? And should celebrities be even paying for these services since they are giving their platform, they are giving leverage as well? So I'd like us to discuss it, because in our own little way, we are also celebrating, and we are also facing that back and forth of, should we always ask for complimentary outfits or should we always pay for complimentary outfit? Do you think this was handled appropriately? Because the dragging on social media was a lot. They went for the lady, the Ghanaian, they went for the celebrity and went for her like, oh, this is really bad. And they started bringing division of, she tagged her own person because it was Ghanaian, and that was why she had to come out to say, no, I didn't tag because I offered the same thing to both of them. One person chose to go with tag and another person chose to go with cash. So this is a case of tag or cash. What would you advise? I'm asking you for the celebrity's perspective. What would you say?
Okay, so for me, because it was a design that seemed to have been done in two parts. So it was later when she explained it. She says the top part, which was really the flamboyant part that we saw, was cut out in white, was brought in from China. Then the inner one, of course, which took a lot of work for the Nigerian designer too, was done by the Nigerian designer. And I feel that because of how it has played out, actually, you know, some things is better in hindsight. You'd be like, okay, I should have done it this way. She should have mentioned that the outer structure, the outer structure and final styling was done by the Ghanaian artist. And then if question had come about the inner one, then she would have said something.
Oh,
she should have just. Yeah, she should have just been specific what she was tagging the Ghanaian designer for. Because for me, it looked like two different people, you know, worked.
Did the work, and one person is
yes, and by just tagging one person as if the person did the whole thing, it takes her away completely. Because for me, if I pay you, if I gave you the option of pay you in full or tag, and you choose the pay you in full, I don't have any right.
No
I mean,
obligation.
I have no obligation to you to tag you, and I don't think you should be entitled to a tag. But if you've made the dress and I don't tag you, tagging someone else, for me, that seems a bit, you know, that's where the problem is. But in her own case, there are two people that worked on that dress, so she just tagged one person. Now, going forward, which is, should we feel entitled if I've worked for someone? Should we feel entitled to a tag if the conversation even happened ahead? You know, do you want a tag or do you want payment? Taking this woman's story aside, if you ask for payment, I don't think you should be expecting a tag. And then if someone tags you, you know, you can have the conversation, please, could you tag me? And if the person says, okay, I would like to tag you, but tag me, but I will do it at a discount. How much of a discount are you willing to give me? Because everyone is hustling. Even the celebrities are hustling. You know, they are, to wear those dresses. I kept, you know, the other day I was talking with BC, I was like, do you know how much money must go into these dresses?
I was shocked.
I love that our designers are coming out and doing, but these, we had gone to a premiere. These same artists had just come off the MVCA carpet. They are now at another event in beautiful dresses. I'm like, it must cost a lot of money. So if they're in conversations with you, the designer, saying, let's do this collaboration, I think then don't feel entitled if you have asked for your full payment.
Yeah. I want, is there a legal implication, Nima? Because...
Of course. So you have the right to your creativity, your intellectual property when you do create. But there's an advert side to it which is influential, and the celebrity brings that in.
Yes.
So if you can identify, you know, you acknowledge that you have intellectual property rights to your creativity, you should not play wise and stupid when it comes to the celebrity's influence and, you know, and wider exposure that they'll give your business. So when I joined this thing, you know that I was coming from law. Nothing prepared me. Nothing prepared me. It became so expensive. I used to live off my husband's money to, you know, to meet up things, and I didn't expect it because I had not worked for a while. I was not seeing my daughter when I came on to this. So we had a montage to shoot. I was so confused. Out of the blue, this stylist, Islamic stylist, reached out to me, House of Substance, and she just said, Nima, whatever you need, I'll do it for you. And you know me, I know they forget when I'm hungry who give me food. Till today, no matter how expensive our clothes are, when I wear it, she gets a tag. If she posts it free, if I like, let it be up and down. That's it. So from where I'm coming, I now bought, there's this new girl that was styling hijabs for me. She makes very beautiful hijabs. And I asked her, I said, I'm the one buying your hijab. She said, I'm so honored. I said, okay, I'm honored too. How much is your hijab? She said, because I'm creating it. She gave me cost. Can I get the discount? She said, no. Because if you give me half, you still get, you know, at that point, it's 10 years. And she says, no, it's okay, don't worry. I made a box for myself. It's about 50,000 to get a box for my sister. You know, I just tried to make gifts of it because it was my birthday and my sister's birthday immediately. And so she now comes and says, you were wearing the hijab. If I see my picture on your page, if I see my picture, as in you cut it and put on your page, you get a legal letter. I'll do a small action against you for my money. Because, you know, you are entitled to your intellectual property. I did not debate that. Once I pay, my picture, my look, my style is my property.
Yes. Wow.
You've sold creativity which I have paid for full value. You can't come around and play victim. So what we see here is that you see them, hey, let me tell you this one. This Islamic stylist, 2 people were sending me messages. So I buy brooches, you know. And this lady called me and said, I have a set of brooches for you and this and that and that. I said, okay, as a gift. And so I mixed up, you know, I won't save numbers. I mixed up the person I was chatting with on WhatsApp. I was responding to another WhatsApp message of, I have hijab, abayas, and all of that. I went to the wrong house. I got there and it was all abayas. And then I said, because I was with the mindset that I was getting a gift, so I'll just buy it myself. I just want to buy some. And then she didn't bring out any brooches. She kept bringing out her buyers, and everything was so expensive. I was new. I didn't have the means. I called my husband and said, no, we're not doing that this month. All those your buyers with the 2 costs is if you can wait 3 months. I asked her, she said, you can pay small, and I paid in full value in installments.
Wow.
Yes, I paid full value in installments. When I finished paying, I called my coach, Ura, Ojumiri Pepe, I was naked. I did not know the girl. She wanted to give me a gift. Then Ura says, Nima, think back to the conversation. And when we opened, I found out I was actually talking to the wrong person.
It happened.
But we've paid. And then I wear my clothes and I come on the show, I go, and then I saw her. I'm so offended. I don't know what to do.
They gave you an offer of instrumental payments.
She didn't know. You know, so some brands understand. In this business, especially the Islamic women, they know. Because we belong to a group. They'll say, Nima, I want you to mention my brand. I want a picture of my clothes. So they will send you the clothes up front as a gift.
To advertise.
An
That's what you
agreement.
don't understand.
So I'm doing an advert for you.
I want to understand.
I
So
get
the tagging is advertisement.
Yes,
It costs
it
money.
costs money.
But you want it for free, but you don't want to give your outfit for,
So they will send you their clothes. You wear it. Maybe you take a picture or you mention the brand. Maybe you don't want to. You mention, you take an effort to catwalk it and everything. You've done a big deal for the person. For the person to now walk around as, I have never done a catwalk. There was one brand I did catwalk for. And I saw the way the person is doing neck now. I said, oh, no, God, this will not happen.
I want to, Ramatu, for me, I want to find out from you, would you advocate that business owner? Because you're a business and you have products. Do you think it makes sense to sacrifice the cost of the product for the mention on social media? What's the value of that mention? So, money or tag, what would you take?
I'll take both. I'm sorry, I'll take both because okay, so concerning this story, you see the dress. Dress is obviously very beautiful, very beautiful dress, and it's not cheap. Honestly speaking, it's not cheap.
Dress.
So the offer that she gave her for the 400,000, and she tagged. I think there's something that they can just, agree amicably on their own and be like, okay, please just tag me or something. Or cover the cost of the entire thing, anything like that. But the way they are dragging it, I really don't.
So I think what I'm hearing Ramatu say is that maybe the approach of the Nigerian designer could have been different because there was a conversation prior.
Yes.
The conversation was it payment or tag. So when you don't see that she's made the post and she tagged someone else, could she have reached out to her to say...
Instead of taking it online.
Yes, instead of... but not only did she take it online, she called her a wicked person or a
something devilish.
Yes. And then that dress also, I think the Nigerian... I understand the work that they put, but I'm sure the Nigerian designer knew that she did not make the white structure on the dress. So the one that is more visible
is the Ghanaians...
is the white structure on top of it.
Exactly.
But if she wants, she should have asked her, I know you have done, this is my first work. Can we do something so that I can get a tag at least for the inner one? But to call her out completely like that, as if you had no fault of yours, she became immediately the victim and made that celebrity the total villain.
So from that was the look. The first time the story broke like the celebrity did a bad thing. These wicked celebrities taking advantage. What is there in tagging somebody? And the insult was plenty. Towing the line of sympathy towards this young, upcoming designer. But the conversation was hard. You made a choice. You chose money. You have decided this was more important than tag for you. So why chasing clout? I'm of the opinion that even the celebrity could sue. She has sued.
They have brought 50 million.
For defamation, because you have brought out my name in a negative way. And I did not do you wrong. It was a conversation and you agreed. Let me even talk about this from another angle. I know someone, she was doing a photo shoot. This is not even a celebrity. She was doing a photo shoot. It was for a newspaper cover. They brought stylist for her. The stylist said she should go and buy A, B, C, D and still charged for styling. Then she finished taking the picture. They put it on the newspaper. She felt okay. The lady posted the newspaper even before her. Then later she saw behind the scene. And she's like, I'm a corporate person. I paid you.
Exactly.
She sent me a message because she's someone that knows me. And then I was a makeup artist. So she now said, does this stylist have a right to post behind the scenes of my photo shoots on clothes when she was paid The photographer was paid, everything. If she posted it, and I told her that if she posted just the newspaper cover, fine. Because the newspaper cover is a public image you have approved to go out. Yes. But she didn't. She posted behind the scene, and she's posting your personal pictures. And you're a private person. You don't want it, or that you can tell her to take it down. So she sent a message to take it down. And the woman now sent a long reply that, this is, I wanted to use you to get into the corporate world. If you know you wanted to use her to get into the corporate world, then you would have not collected money for styling.
You would have had a conversation.
Or you would have made the sacrifice of money, because I know how we make sacrifice of money. While I was the makeup artist, I was doing free makeup. I did free makeup for people because I wanted them to be able to see what I was doing.
It's important to understand that you're starting small. And the person you're talking to have started small too. This starting small stage, there are sacrifices that you must pay. If you needed her at some point for anything, you would come from that friendship, you will earn our friendship, our trust, our permission to go further. You know this, can you post it on your page, conversation after, especially those vendors online. I buy something from your hand, you come on the DM and say, oh, this is who is buying from me. You're excited. And then you're asking me every time for a review. I'll be like, wait to concern me and your review. You know, because that's not a conversation we had prior to buying. So if for God, whatever, Rans Rice, Fuka Kidele comes on my DM and says, I want to buy Rans Rice. Somebody that has sold 1 billion, take rice. How many bags do you want?
Please help me now do.
This is what I would need you to do. I know that from your platform, I'll become a national
product. So that people do not think that we're advocating just for free. You can do like a
split
barter.
Payment.
You can also do
Let's take a break, a commercial break. When we return, this conversation is close to home. So it's a very personal one for us. We'll continue the conversation and we'll be able to hear your comments when we come back. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni, Yeni, Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger, today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Omo fela. Omo Anikulapo Kuti. Wọ́n rò pé kíni kékeré yìí.
It's by audition. It's not by audition. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
Yeah. It was great.
Okay,
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink.
Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
I've always known this as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym is. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That's very easy. You know, it's out there.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
I just said, let me give you this one as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
I'm not done. You did not say final answer.
Final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final
You don't
answer.
have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
how many cameras do they have? My
Nikon.
friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Nikon now.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're discussing, should entrepreneurs take a tag or money when dealing with celebrities? And how should we handle a situation where you are being paid for and you still want to get social media credits for a service that has been rendered? Mariam said she has a personal story. Please, that one you told us during the break. That's the one I want to hear first.
I have 3 personal stories. Well, I'll start with my wedding. So my wedding pictures. After the wedding, I kept getting, months after, in fact, like a year after, I kept getting people from just sending me pictures like, see your picture on a billboard, see like a massive billboard in the center of town from my wedding pictures. And, you know, I was surprised. So I called the photographer. I'm like, what is this about? You people put my picture on a billboard. I did not even get anything, nothing to suggest. He was like, he did not give anybody my pictures. Then he said, oh, the makeup artist came to his studio, went through pictures. He says he remembers leaving her for a few minutes. So apparently she took the pictures.
Without permission.
And was making money from it. And was making a lot of money from it. She had used that picture for over a year from my wedding to make money from it because people would see, people loved it and kept getting pictures like.
So we used to, one of us do that though, a little bit.
You steal it?
No, we didn't steal.
But you
like,
have a conversation with the photographer and the owner of the pictures. I had no idea. Anyway, after the conversation, she had pulled it down and had put other stories. But by then, she had enjoyed the benefits of using my pictures. That's one. Then, not too long ago, I redid my kitchen. And I had someone, you know, to help me do it. And she was so difficult throughout the process. Everything I wanted is either I get something that was of lower quality than, you know, I wanted, and I'll have to use my money to get a better quality one. Some of the cabinets she did, I didn't like. I had to get another carpenter while she was working to fix a lot of things. So even she knew that she didn't do as, you know, as she should.
It wasn't excellent.
Sis, one day I'm on Instagram. What do I see? My kitchen.
Huh?
Yeah.
Also, the kitchen she did not finish well.
Good. Her work had come in to have some conversations. Obviously, I slipped her. She had surreptitiously taken a video of the place. So I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, what? She now begged me that she's so sorry that she knows that they were not the ones that did this or did that. But can I please allow her leave it up for a bit? And then she would take it off. I was like, see, I don't have a problem, but you stole. You came into my and stole
without
my
permission.
image. My permission. You knew that what you did was wrong. You knew that you did not really give your best. That's why you could not ask me for it. And then you go ahead and you post it on Instagram. But they took it down.
Let's take a call. I'll come to you, Ramatu, once I take this call. Good morning. Welcome to the show. We have a caller from VGC.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I think your...
Kelvin.
Yes?
Have you been in this kind of situation?
No, I've not been in this kind of situation before, but I that lady from Ghana, because they had an agreement before she maybe like advertised the dress. She said, if you want me to tag you, then I will pay you. Then if I am not tagging you, then you are collecting your cash. So she collected the cash. So why is she blabbing about social media for the Ghanaian actress being tagged? There was an agreement. So the designer was totally wrong. She's wrong. So she had no claim at all. So if the Ghanaian actress decided to sue her, she's right. She's right, because there's an agreement made between the two of them before she went out to the show. So I don't see any issues there. Right.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. Ramatu, you were going to say something.
Okay, so I want to say that most of us don't know the legal implications of all these things.
Yes. That we were doing.
Yes, we don't know. Because there was a time when I turned 30, I went to take pictures of myself, we did this Fulani outfit, very beautiful outfit. I did it and all. And after 2 years or 3 years, I went back to the studio to take a picture. I saw my picture bold, they framed it so big at the front of the...
They do that.
And I looked at it and I was like, what happened? People didn't tell me anything, I was just looking at it and I was like, I didn't know whether to be excited that they used my picture. Maybe from them it's very beautiful, something different, cultural, because I had the Fulani wear. Or for me to react, I just had these mixed feelings because I didn't even know what to do.
If you go that route, all of us have a case against photographers. As a young girl, my face was in a lot of Festac photo studios because I'll go and do my pictures and they will put the picture there. And we felt it was good because as a model was promoting you and you're like, we have glow small.
Shooting you when they're
yes.
shooting your pictures or somebody's doing your makeup and they just pop a phone.
And they are doing...
because maybe I done diploma in law from 1999 to 2001 before I even tried to get a degree admission. So from that time...
You knew that.
We recently had a family photo shoot because my family for a long time, my kids, we don't have photos except what I have on my phone. So I said, costume, everything, I paid for it all. And I called my stylist and said, can you suggest a photographer? She did. And I called the guy. Do you take photos well? I say, yes. I say, but you can't sign on my photos. They're not your property. They're not your rights. If you want them, then maybe we'll have a different conversation. But for this one I want to snap, I want to pay. How much is your fee? He charged me. He called back and said, no, you need to do more fees for maybe more pictures, editing. I continue to pay it. So I've told him, I don't want to see it. It's not your property. I bought and own the rights. This is my family. So the pictures are just sitting on my system.
So now there's something they do professionally. Makeup artist, stylist, you're made to sign a waiver allowing for the pictures to be used. And they make sure, when we did Gazmadu, we actually signed. Okay. We signed for them to use the pictures on their social media page. And everybody, even if you're paying, even if it is a partnership, you're made to sign because, except you now say, I don't want to sign this. And then you have a conversation. And you have a right to say that. But we need to get to that level where we are documenting the processes, even for services. And it doesn't have to be, a big lawyer is drafting this thing. It's just, I'm writing, you don't have a right to use this picture. Let's make that conversation open. But I want to bring in the Lillian, what's that, Afegbai. So, she's Afegboa. Is she Edo?
Definitely.
So, our people. So, Lillian came out and did a very detailed video breaking down the cost of celebrityship or celebrityhood. Yeah. And the cost is huge. Like I said, it is close to home. And she was breaking down how you have to pay so much money for hair, pay so much money for makeup, and then they're expecting you to still tag them even after you've made this huge payment, because you also don't want to look like somebody's house girl on the red carpet. So how do we create, because we are trying to look like Hollywood, how do the Hollywood people do it? And is it a case of, how do we borrow this culture comprehensively that we don't impoverish ourselves? Because she was like, how much does a celebrity make? By the time you pay for hair, pay for makeup, how much is left in your account? I noticed that some of them are also lamenting over them.
Yes.
They are lamenting.
Recently was lamenting about it, how, because in their own case, because black artists are not paid as much as the whites, they do not get to show you that full glamour, because it costs them a lot of things. She was saying that for the whites, they have someone that is taking care of the hair, the clothing, everything sort of taken care of, and they have enough money to even live that lifestyle. But for them to even be at par with their counterparts, the white counterparts, the little money they give them, which is, the disparity is just too wide, and they still are expected to pay. They would have their own team for hair, they'll pay all these people. So at the end of the day, they really have nothing. And I see that with our own Nigerian artists. I know we look at them as celebrities, but for most of us, when you come close to them, you realize they're hustling every day. The take-home pay is not that great. And all the cost that comes with looking a certain part, being at events, all that takes away even from the little that they get. They're not really making that much. I think we're getting there where we eventually start making a lot of money. I don't think they're there yet. But the musicians, I think, are making, much more. Yeah. But our actors, I don't think they're making that sort of money that they're able to be on red carpets. Sometimes they have to even travel out of state, out of country, just to keep up with that image. And we're the same ones. Because I will never forget that couple that people were dragging because they said their car looked a certain way. I've even had some people say, I saw this celebrity. Did you see the sort of car they were driving? I'm like, who are you? Because which in their mind, which car are you driving? No, it does not matter to them what they are driving. It's what the celebrity. I cannot imagine. I'm like, really?
They're human
people
beings.
Are working hard. They put them on this pedestal. They expect everything to be covered, and yet you think they are plucking money from the ground, from the air.
But you cannot attend a public event without bills. So that's the Nigerian part. So there's a reason why when I'm coming for your event, you don't have honorarium, you don't have security, you cannot guarantee being able to sleep. I went for one event in town on the mainland. I was speaking. I was a panelist, and we said I spoke. I had read. I spoke everything. As I was about to leave, there were 20 people with their hospital health case, child case,
asking you for.
Dragging me left, right, and center. The organizers just sat at the back. They would drag for pictures. I was like, somebody needs to knit this up. This is not me. My own style is come for your event. As I'm coming in, because we used to organize events as law student. NAMLAS then I was director. I grew all the ranks to the highest as a student. And when we organize events, when I'm going out with my guests,
you can't harass them.
For where? Until they enter car. Until they enter their car and they're off. There's no conversation from anybody else. I will block my guests until they enter their car. So that harassment, you can't be dragging my guests.
So I want to bring in.
So you bring me to an event. All our students want to take pictures. Sometimes I'm not even in the mood.
I want to really take two different angles. So I watched the video by Rebel Wilson. She was a plus size, and now she's worked on her weight. And she was talking about how the first movie that she did, she had to, Helen from Delta State, are you still there? I'm so sorry.
Is she still there?
Is she still there? If you are there, please just talk. Because I was already gisting about Rebel Wilson. We've lost the call. Rebel said that when she got her first movie, because she came from the UK to America, her first movie that she got, she lost money because what they paid her was so small. She had to use the money to register as an actress, Actors Guild in America. And the dress she wore for the premiere, she had to buy it. So it was a minus transaction. Yeah. But that movie launched her into becoming a superstar. There are prices to pay for this thing. If you want, like she said, Funke to tag you, of course you know that she's doing, she's going to launch your career. She's going to explode your business. Osas, I didn't know who Vicky James was until Osas wore her dress. Osas brought out Vicky James. Osas has a amazing shape, amazing body, and Vicky gave us the body. And then all of us were like, who made that dress? 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 And that was it. And that was, Vicky just became household name. Also, she also started doing for, there's this other lady, Olori Ebi, there's a girl they call Olori, she calls herself Tomike.
Yeah, Tomike.
Tomike was, and I'm sure Tomike was, if Tomike is paying for every of that dress, of course they would impoverish Tomike as a business. They are friends, but I think the friendship was born out of the relationship. You see, like, we as business owners, we need to stop being transactional. I spoke about it at the conference I was at last weekend, and I said, if you are transactional, pay me money, I pay you money. You cannot now come and withdraw from an emotional bank account you did not deposit into.
Exactly.
So we don't have a relationship. Yes. You have said this is a business. You give me clothes, I collect, I pay you money.
Move on,
end of
close your eyes.
transaction. But when we change it into a relationship, we're not just talking about this transaction naira and kobo. I'm checking in on you. Yeah. I'm caring for you. Oh, I noticed you were coughing. Is your throat better now? And I'm coming to meet you for the dressing. I bring in ginger, I bring in honey, and you're like, how very thoughtful of you. Because you are now, it's no longer, if you now make any request from there, you have made some deposit into that emotional bank account. We have a reason to have a conversation. But all of this comes out because
young girls too have this sense. I have 2 young girls I mentor. One is a stylist. They are students in Unilago. One makes my clothes, my wardrobe for a long time. If you follow my page, you see I'm mentioning her brand. People don't know I pay for those clothes. But the first time I met these girls, I'm a fan of yours. Very respectful. So they already won my heart.
I need to break this story because I love the call.
Maybe of Justina Rama.
Temi Tokpe. Oh, so sorry. You can continue. So our Justina, Abi.
So they won my heart immediately from that, very friendly, respectful relationship. And then one of them said, when is your next biggest event? I want to make the stylist one. I want to make clothes for you. I was like, next biggest event. Okay, October 1. Make anything you like. She didn't measure me, just seeing me. She made an outfit that won my heart.
She mentioned
because I love trousers. I wore trousers a lot before my hijab became full. And I know when somebody gets it, it sits well on my waist. She did that. And so I called her, I said, what will you do to make my clothes? And she said, see, don't stress me. I love your work. You're respectful. Do it at this cost. When she gave her cost, I said, do it at this cost. Like 75% of the cost, I'll pay you that. And then you can do whatever you like with the pictures.
Relationship has been built.
Date. Yes. Then she did something amazing. My daughter's photo shoot was due, the family photo shoot was due in December. I had contracted another tailor, a family member, who just did not think it was a serious thing to, you're just family now. And so she just messed it up. And then I called her last minute, 2 days in season. And she showed up with a dress that I loved for my daughter. If she let her sleep over it. If I let her turn upside down, she'll get mentioned, she'll get pictures. People must invest in emotional relationships. Yes. Because that time I was pressed, and she brought the clothes to my, and she was like, I need to travel to my family, but because of you, all that sacrifices, she doesn't need to do more. She will get her full payment, she'll get mentioned, she'll get pictures for building a relationship. So young people know it. These girls are under 30. And for young people to pretend, no, I'm just because I don't, if they don't raise you well, it's not me.
When we come back, I would like to hear your opinion on how celebrities in Nigeria tag the designers D and G. I'm wearing this one, I'm wearing that one. You are quick to say the international big names that don't need your tag, that you are wearing them. We tag all of them, down to shoe, Jimmy Choo, red bottoms, all of them. But they don't recognize you. The ones that need your help, you don't mention them. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
Yeah. It was great.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink. No problem.
Okay.
I've always known this as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym means. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That's very easy. It's out there.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
I just said, look, I give you this one as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
I'm not done. You did not say final answer.
It's final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final answer.
You don't have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
How many cameras do they have? My
Nikon.
friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Nikon now. Ladies and gentlemen, please help welcome to the show, La General, the one and only Pere Egbe. Which of the following is false about teeth? We are born with 20 primary teeth. Teeth are the hardest substance in the body. Teeth are the strongest bones in the body.
Teeth is not a bone, actually.
Teeth can self-repair.
The strongest bone in the body, no. Teeth is not a bone.
Final answer?
Teeth is not a bone. You know what came to my head now? That sound. Crickets.
So, editor, you can put that cricket sound there. You can still put it down too.
When was the first Gulda ultimate search? Editor?
Don't put any cricket sound. I'm talking. Okay, Pere. How many times has Ghana qualified for the World Cup?
5 times. Hey, you can't do that now.
That's what it is.
Wait. Calm down. Why are you like this?
This is your team.
Small play now.
They will not
Somebody
be
cannot play with you again.
They will not be impressed though. The team that you're supporting. And
Ghana will be alright.
Yeah, that's last.
Charlie? Cheers, Charlie.
This is 7 of 7. My name is OJ and signing a sobriety into my hands tonight on this social experiment called the 7 of 7 is Owen G. What is the name, or what was the name? You see, I want to make them better now.
Rockheart.
No, of the goat when they brought it on stage.
The name of that goat.
Yeah.
We should go there.
No, that one easy now.
I'm just drinking this so that I can ask him my own questions. It's not because of
Buga.
he didn't get it. You know. Okay. Mention 10 female stand-up comedians in Nigeria. See, just mention their stage name. If you annoy me, you will mention their real names and the year they started. And if you annoy me further, you mention the names of their husbands and the names of their children. Try me now. Okay, mention their name.
No, let's just.
No, wait. No, don't. No. Name, real name, stage name, husband name, children name. 10 of them.
Even the 10. That's a lot.
Eh?
That's a lot.
Did I cut your question for you?
Yes.
When you were happy now. With your hunchback.
That was it.
You are wasting time. We don't have time. See, my brother, before we go on a commercial break, you are stubborn. And I told you since. The fact that you play this your hair does not mean. You understand? See this bad hair you are looking at. It's experience. I've suffered before you.
But I try now.
Were you there during the military era of Abacha and Babangida? You know what happened?
I be Gen Z.
So that
Gen
Z,
I call for
I will remove 4 out of 10.
That's like
4 out of 10 they passes. Come drink this thing. Where baby you are on here? Drink out. If I land you.
Thanks for staying with us. So we've been discussing celebrity tagging or paying, and we spoke just before we went to break. I asked the question about how many people are quick to tag designers that don't know them, rather than tagging designers that need that tag, that need the support from them. Case in point, very popular, Linda Ikeji, always tags all the foreign design that she's wearing. I've only seen her tag one Nigerian designer and a very upcoming person, and I was like, is it that Nigerian people don't make clothes for you, or you don't wear our Nigerian designers' clothes that you are always...
Even worse is that you go to the store, the designer doesn't just know you, but you go to the store and buy the piece. So you buy the top, on it is all, that one I hate, branded designer's name. You buy the bag, on the bag is branded in it, then you still go and be, what are you trying
and you still tag them.
We're doing very well, and we're doing very well. Nigerians are doing very well when it comes to all this designing stuff. They do the designs and all. In fact, some of the clothes, you even wonder, are we the ones that have this creativity to do this and all? Like that dress that they are talking about, like I said, it was very pretty, very beautiful dress and all. But I think the tag should have been, okay, this is the outer part, is the tag the person that did the outer part, and then the inner part, you tag the person that did the inner part. That way there should be peace at least. Yeah. And then that money that she collected, she just... Maybe she should just
keep it and do and make another dress for another artist. So I was going to respond to the question of how we are quick to tag the international brands. And the thing is, whether we like it or not, image is a product. Yeah. And we are trying to sell an image. So the way that an upcoming designer needs your tag and wants your tag and understands that you wearing her outfits on the red carpet or wherever and tagging her brings her more business. The person also understands that she's a do you understand that she's an advertising product? So for that designer, if she were able to, if she gets one of these international brands and she tags them, it sends a different. So this is not about getting attention from the international designer. This is about now telling the market that she's in. I am wealthy, or I work hard, I'm paid well. Do you understand? So I can afford this lifestyle. So the sort of people that she's appealing to, be like, okay, for this sort of a person to have this and this, what kind of money can I offer her for her services, for her job that she does? So it's not just for tagging. I think people are becoming more strategic about this. Sometimes, actually, in a few cases, you find these international brands actually take them and repost them on their pages, and they now take screenshots of that, to celebrate that they have been noticed. It's not about any money from them, because what it says to everyone now in the local market is that I'm here and I'm big time. So it is. That's it.
Positive brand. Yes, you might not, because you're not in any way in that field. But brand association, bringing in opportunities, and it is actually very valid. And the reason I deliberately mentioned Linda is because I follow her, and I like her. And she's been dragged on this situation a lot. People comment, I follow her. And they're always commenting and commenting. And at a point, she had to even bring proof that it was original. Wow. Because people were calling her out that all these bags that she's always carrying, it cannot be original. So in tagging them, she's saying, if I tag them and they know it is fake, they would report my page. Yes, so the fact that I'm carrying them and I'm tagging means that I am carrying original. Because we just had this mindset of we just want to drag people down. And I think it isn't exactly the right approach.
Who styles Bisola?
She tags them. She tags them. Addresses her. Yes, she tags them. She has a couple of them. And a lot of Nigerians are aspirational. We like to, if I see the design on there, but sometimes even aspirational, is the fact that if I feel like I have this body type, and I can see the way it looks on this person, I'll feel like I can.
Thank you for talking about. There's one earring, this pair of earrings I got from Honeypot, and then I saw Jennifer Lopez wore the exact one. I could not believe it. I took a picture of me. I took a picture of Jennifer Lopez. I said, look at us.
We are
But we need to understand this, build our local content, our local market thing. So I see Nigerian royalties.
Yes.
I'm talking of royal fathers. When they choose to dress casual, G and G all over it.
G and G.
You know, all over it.
You say G and G.
I don't want to even call them finish. They're all over, as in boldly written, from a royal father walking around maybe on a polo field and all of that. And then you wear your showcase. Somebody made it.
And you did not tag the person.
I cannot tag a foreign brand I paid for in a store, God forbid it.
You believe in tagging to support the brand. I actually think that all of us should tag. Yes, I think we should tag to support a brand. Yes. And the brands should also be willing to give discounts since you value that tag. That, okay, this person is doing me a favor by tagging me. Let me also give discounts. I get coconut oil on a constant basis from Oreke Organics for years. I don't think I bought coconut oil until last year or early this year. She always supplies me. Like, she knows when I will finish and she'll just send. And I always tag her. And I always tag her. And it starts that way. So some relationships have just come because we value each other's what we are bringing to the table. Final comments just from you, Ramatu.
Yeah, okay, so it's not everything that should be monetized. Sometimes just do it out of your own will. Just tag and let the person get all the goodies and everything. To still come back to you.
Yeah, sow good seeds. And that's what we can take on this segment. When we come back, we're bringing in a celebrity. We'll be hearing our opinion as well as other things she's been up to. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Ikechukwu Sunday Okonkwo, aka Cross. Now your intro without
Wow.
So there's a name that thing that's.
I'm just drinking because she said I should drink. There's no particular answer.
You think it's only that can be wicked?
What's the answer?
Subterfuge.
Eh?
Yeah. They claim you did, but you said it just happened. That
and it's called what again?
Subterfuge.
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 So you look me finish from head to toe. You look at a person who go know what to become subterfuge. Yeah?
The nude wasn't like a game plan. Or...
I promise you, it was actually a mistake.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
Yeah. It was great.
Okay.
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink.
Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
I've always known it as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym means. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That is That's very easy. You know, it's out there.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
I just said, look, make I give you this one as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
No, I'm not done. You did not say final answer.
It's final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final answer.
You don't have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
how many cameras do they have? My
Nikon.
friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Nikon now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Made Kuti in the building. It's still 7 of 7, and we've been doing a whole lot of protesting. The only thing that remains is just to carry placard.
It's about 5 of 7, to be honest. Because, ask your question. I have so much to speak about once we finish.
We will not give you the time because it's 7 of 7.
I will make the time now. He said he will not ask questions about science.
No.
About neuroplasticity.
And based on...
He asked a question that was subjective about high life. And he did not finalize his answer about a Kuti question where there are only 3 of us.
Editor, scratch this part out.
That could have possibly composed the music.
Editor, scratch this part out.
Stupidity is an act of ignorance.
Hey God, my day.
Was composed by which Kuti?
The big screens actually today. We're all excited. Welcome to the show, Amomi.
Thank you for having me back.
And of course, did you see how beautiful she looked at
out.
AMVCA?
Hey.
You stood out like you were shining.
Oh, thank you guys.
Please, who was the person that did that dress?
Okay, so I was styled by Shion, and my dress was made with so much love by Somo Adesomo, who is also my best friend. Yeah, and she put in so much creating that dress from the very scratch. She put in so much. From the very day the nomination got out, I called her. She was like, yes, I know. We have to start making your dress. I say, my dear, you know. And yeah, I looked so beautiful in it.
You did. You really did. So I know that you're here to talk about this phenomenal movie that 2 people on this set have gotten to watch.
Yes, so.
Not because I couldn't, it was my birthday, the day of the, so that was why I couldn't come. We got the invites thanks to our big sis, Bolanle Austin Peters. Big sis invited all of us as well as Auntie Annie because it's a story of our family. But you are in the Fumilayo Ransom Kuti movie. You've been in some blockbusters. This is our God. This is our God. Hey. But how was it? How has it been back to back, particularly on this set?
Oh, it was such a beautiful experience. From the day BAP sent me the script, she was like, "Oh, mommy, you're in my new film." I said, "Hey, what's it?" She said, "Don't worry, just come to this. Just come to this." So when I got there, and then she gave me the script, and I was like, "PP, we're doing a film about Fumilayo Ransom Kuti." She was like, "Yes." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, it's about time." Because I would say that a huge disservice was done to us as children, as Nigerian children, by our educational system, by selling this woman only as the first woman who drove a car. There is so much more to her. Her values, what she stood for, her doggedness, her zeal, her strength. I would say she literally died fighting the Nigerian government for a better life for all Nigerians. And you know, it transcended from her to her children, to her grandchildren, and we can still see it right now.
Till date. Let's call for the video. There's a video clip of this amazing movie that is it's already in the cinema today.
Yes, today.
Yeah, so let's see the clip. Oh, that's so beautiful. The lioness of Lishabi. So I know, Mariam, you were. She was even telling me today, you need to go and watch that movie.
Yes, you need to.
Can you tell us what was it?
When I watch the movie, I have to tell you this honestly. When I watch Oyinbo movies, they can make you cry, make you angry. You feel as if that movie did that same to me. We were there. I was covered in goosebumps. I felt the ache, the heartache. When she said, I may have won the war, but I lost the battle. When she lost her husband, it held me here. Like, I love that the production was able to capture in such a way that it moved us truly from within. But above all, as you said, it was about time. Every time we talk about, there's no history about America, I don't know, Harriet Tubman, all these people that, they sit there. But what do we know about our legends and our icons? So I'm so truly happy that this movie was put together, and the cast, you all did an amazing job. I believe from what I saw that it was beyond just acting. Like, you must have felt the role. And of course, because it's a story that's close to home, so you felt it. So thank you so very much. That was powerful.
Mom, your role as the sister-in-law, I had misread that history to think that, because her dad had 2 daughters, that Wole Soyinka's mom was probably her sister. And then when I watched the movie, it put it in perspective. I've been carrying that knowledge, that misconception around that, they were sisters.
Oh.
But they were sister and sister, wife and sister-in-law.
Exactly.
In the movie. And so many facts of Formula and some Kuti that were distorted over the years. My father used to give me books from the British Library. He was a member just for my books. He would borrow the books and I would read them. But the focus was on African history. So all the way to Senegal, I would read any book on African history. And I just carried my DS3 knowledge of this one. They are their sisters.
No.
I also thought she drove a car. Nobody talked about the husband's part. That in the movie, my eye wake up.
How they met, I never knew.
The fact that she had a beautiful love story behind her activism. I cannot but give it to the.
See, we need to talk about
the story writer. For that.
Yes, so we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. But during the break, she was talking about the fact that some of the beatings were real. Please, whenever I hear,
we saw the beatings.
What did you get?
Even me, I thought that they had to be real.
Sometimes when you're telling a story as iconic and passionate as this, and of course understanding that this is an African story that the world needs to know, the world needs to see, you get carried away. Especially when it's something that has to do with activism. So there was a scene, I don't want to talk so much about it, where on set we had over 500 women from Abeokuta. Egba women actually stood up and stood out for us. A lot of them were not actors. They didn't even want to be paid. The fact that we were telling the story was just enough for them. And then we had, like in real time, right, the Parakois, who were like the palace guards. They were going to beat the women, like we saw in the teaser we just watched. And they started to beat us. These people were actors and all that. But somehow, realism and reality, they're kind of interconnected. Art and life is connected. And before we knew it, when BAP said action, they had to make it real. So some of them really even beat us and everything. And we were sustaining wounds, but we just wanted them to continue. And by the time they were done, a lot of us were crying.
And
not real tears, not from the pain we had, but it took us. Yes, it took us to that moment that if this that is acting, right, we can feel it this way. I can imagine what these women must have gone through, and they did not stop. They stood till the end, and they won the battle. They won the war, although some of them lost the battle as well. But they stood till the end, and at the end of the day, the Alake left for us. Yes, it was dethroned. And, life became better for Egba women from there and Nigerian women generally.
Wow.
So it was, I sustained some injuries and everything, but it didn't matter because the story needed to be told.
So important.
It was. When we had crime scenes, when they took them into jail, nobody from, when BAP, with the moment BAP says action, we just wept. Because it was like
You were there.
We were there. We could feel their pains. Yes.
The spirit of women.
Yeah.
Yes, and all of these women, Grace Eniola, Shoyinka, who was a character that I played, mother to Wole Shoyinka. You know, all of these women. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a huge service to all those things that she did, or that these women did. You're not come and say.
Driving car is the smallest.
It's the least.
I didn't even do history at all, so I feel like I'm going to school when I'm watching this movie. I feel like this is cool. Number 2, you want to ask a question?
Yeah. So was there any part of the script that looked or sounded difficult that you're like, are you sure I'll be able to do this or I'll be able to do it or something?
There were quite a lot of them, a number of them, really. I can't even. You know, from most of the scenes in the movie, especially for us women, we had to be outside in the sun. And there was no canopy, there was no anything. So when I was reading, I was like, we're going to be in the sun almost all through, like the whole weeks and everything. And we were, because we filmed in December. So imagine Hamatan's sun, dust, the heat, and Abeokuta is so hot. Then the Olumo Rock was right in front of us. So I believe the sun was hitting on the rock and it was hitting on us. And I was like, having to do this every day, it was so challenging. Of course, nothing good comes easy. And I always say filmmaking is tough, especially telling a story of a woman like this.
So I'm so sorry. I was going to say, Kehinde, we noticed she lost her voice. So it made it even more real that they were standing there for the number of days. Because you know how in acting you may forget to add that part, but we knew it couldn't have been acting because she had lost her voice, that had become hoarse during that time. And I was like,
she lost her voice for real.
Wow.
A lot of us fell ill.
I'm having goosebumps.
You will. You know when I looked at you, I said you must watch it. You will cry.
You will cry. A lot of us did. Because we kept screaming all through, and you know, filmmaking, take 1, take 2, the different angles, so that the film is going to be sweet. But you have to give your best on each take. Because you don't know the one the editor will use. It was, yes, she lost her voice, for real.
I'm really hoping these are our action people cartoon. We'll know that we have action heroes. We do. I would really like to see animated inspiring this younger generation. My son is so addicted to all these things.
There are the Idias, Queen Idia of Benin, the Margaret Echoes.
I just know that there are many more that will be coming from.
I'm excited.
So you will be so proud of us the way this story was told and captured. You will be completely. I stood up and I was just clapping. I'm just so amazed.
I know that the Egba language. I know all the strains of Yoruba language when I hear them. And so when I was watching the movie, at some point I started hearing that Egba from the lead actress, Kehinde. I started hearing some Egba when she addressed the Abeokuta women. I was like, who did this work of, because this is not the normal Yoruba.
Understand how to speak.
We just had to. We just had to.
Was it scripted that way, or you just had to, you had a trainer on ground?
It was just Yoruba. It was just Yoruba, right? So part of the homework that you do, the thing is, when people see us on set, the work doesn't start on set. The work starts for any film, weeks, months, where you as an actor, for example, my script, I must have read it like 3 or 4 to 5 times before I got on set. And it's always like a workbook where you're highlighting and you're saying this scene, this line. So why did she say this line? She said it in a sad way. She said it kiniko kiniko. So you are putting all of these things in, so that when you're finally acting it, you already have all these notions in your head. So when she says you're mad, she can just say you're mad. She can just say you're mad. She can just scream, you're mad. You're mad.
So they are I love that. They just gave it to us like that. Now. Yeah.
So I was going to talk about feminism, of course.
Which highlighted.
Yes, it was highlighted. And also the parts that allies play. That's the he for she's that we say today. Something that we have been dealing with a long time. Her husband was a feminist. Her father was obviously a feminist. Her father encouraged her to go to school and just be bold. And then she goes to the school, she meets her husband there, who encouraged that boldness as well. And sometimes when we talk about feminism in Nigeria today, we say it as if it was just a Western concept we have, we have imbibed and we don't understand it. But we've always had that. So what did that make you feel like? How does that make you feel now when they say you're a feminist? Because there was a time there's almost a thing now that when they call you a feminist, like they're insulting you. But having watched that movie and for you having participated in the creation of that epic movie, what does being a feminist now mean to you?
Every day as human beings, we need to learn, relearn, and unlearn.
Totally.
I'm sure when people watch these movies, they will be able to unlearn a lot of things and relearn. I know that feminism, unlike what a lot of people think, women want to be greater than men. No, that's not what feminism is. It's all about you're a man, shine in your space. I'm a woman, I should be allowed to shine as well. We're both important. Not one person is more important than the other, right? So I love that men, we have a few men now. In fact, a lot of men now allow their women to fly, to soar. You can imagine Ibolale Austin Peters, the man who is the actual Austin Peters, letting her fly, spreading out her wings and saying, let me paint it in beautiful colors.
I love the way you say that.
And that was what Mr. Ransom Kuti did for his wife.
Yes.
Wow. The tough times, even when, I don't want to say so much, even when it looked like he needed her more, he still allowed her because he wasn't selfish. He realized that what his wife was doing
was for the good of everybody.
He was going to train history. She has work to be done. I mean, she has work to do.
Daughter.
And in the moment we start to realize that...
Sorry.
We're not telling you that. We're not telling you already.
Because now I feel like we missed out.
There's no lies there. You completely missed out.
VCS for lead actress. The movie itself was for best movie. And I did not know that the movie had not even come out when I saw Formula Ransom Kuti on the best movie nominations. How did you feel?
It was such a beautiful thing, being recognized for my art, for my craft, all the work that I put in this thing that I love to do so much, acting. So the nomination was a beautiful thing for me. I wasn't even expecting it. And I would say anywhere, every woman that was on that category deserved to win. Every woman deserved to win. And even for those who were not nominated, it still doesn't mean that you are not good enough. It just meant that, time and chance happens to us all. So I'm nominated this year. I might not even be nominated next year.
You won last year. And for those of us that watch you,
that's
that
true.
We have nominated you in our
hearts, and
we have awarded you.
You have won inside our hearts.
But
I know that you're here for Formula Ransom Kuti, but beyond this amazing movie that has been put together, how was it working with, as in, let me still keep it within the movie because really I don't want anybody to get distracted by any other thing. I was going to go somewhere else, but I just changed my mind that let's stick to this movie. You worked with other amazing women, and I'd like you to highlight some of the relationships that took place while you were on set. How was it working with, I think you worked with BAP before, Poland Peters before, have you?
I think it was my first time working with her. So after this, I then did a stage production with her, yes.
All right. So can you tell us about this amazing women you got to work with on set?
So I had been looking forward to working with BAP, just because I think every play that she had produced and directed, I have seen. Right, some twice, some 3 times.
Wow.
I'm a theater, I'm theater bred. Everything theater, I'm there, front seat. And all the movies that she's made as well. Also seeing her, because I've been around for a bit. And, I literally saw BAP evolve from, a lawyer and restaurateur to allowing us use the theater at Terra space for small productions then. I remember, I think it was 2008 or 2009 when we did Seasons of Shoyinka, to then revamping everything, to being executive producer of 93 Days. Yes, she was. And then to being a producer with the Saro and all of that. And to becoming a director on stage.
You are obviously a fan.
Yes. She's a fan. And then moving into films. So I definitely have been looking forward to working with her. I know I was supposed to do, not Oloture, I was supposed to do Morimi, but something happened. I think Oloture, something happened. So when she called me, she's someone that loves me as well. Working with her was so beautiful. She made it so easy. Like BAP would just come and say, "Hey, mommy, this scene in. she makes it so easy. What do you think? What do you think? It's nice, Abby. Should we do it? She allows you to just be. She makes it so easy to work. So
I love how you've celebrated her, and she's someone I really love as well. Every time I met her, we're literally out of time. We have just 2 more minutes to round off, and I would love you to. With this, how do we see the movie? Where can we see the movie? Who should go and see the movie?
Some lesson learned. I was going to talk about the collaboration between the women and the fact that, we
will do movie review. You cannot do this movie review by yourself.
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm just saying the lesson learned.
About how women
about
together.
Everything that happened there, because a lot of things we don't know of our history. Women have always supported women. Yes, I just wanted to say that. So this new narrative that we got is not our true story.
Yes.
Wherever we got
somebody sold it to us.
Thank you.
We drop it.
Always supported each other.
All right.
Okay,
Final words.
Hello, everyone. My name is Omomi Dada, in case you didn't know. I know you know. But I would love for you to go see Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, which is now showing in cinemas nationwide. It's in any and every cinemas near you. And everyone can literally go see it. So, yes, you would absolutely love it because so much work was put into this film. And it's going to definitely change whatever narrative you have of change and enhance and educate you more on every narrative that you have of Fumilayo Ransom Kuti and help you to unlearn this notion that women do not support women. We have a lot of women supporting women from time past till now, and we have a lot of men as well supporting women. And I would say shout out to all the men out there supporting us and giving us wings to fly. Thank you.
On that note, we have come to the end of the show. Find your way to the cinemas and ensure you watch the show today. It's better to watch it as they hot.
Yes. So that's why you not come and spoil it for you.
We're going to go and watch it.
Yes, let's bombard the cinemas. That's what we can take on the show today. Your view pigeon is tomorrow. Don't miss it. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.